Hi, Tara.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, now we go back. I mean, to be a skater at your level, an Olympic champion. I mean, you don't just say I'm going to put on skates and be a skater and then make the Olympics and win a gold medal. There's a lot of luck involved, a lot of right place at the right time, right people there, sacrifices. What was it like for you?
Oh, goodness. A lot of sacrifice. I mean, I think you think of what Olympic athletes have to go through, or any athlete in general, and it's exactly what you think. It's giving up most of, especially if you're a
Mm.
kid, your childhood, and sacrificing quote unquote normal days for long days in an ice rink, and just all that hoping and dreaming and wishing, and the peaks and valleys that go along with it. So um, it definitely was a wild ride, and I I look back at the night that I won, and it's just such a surreal memory and moment, because even though I was so young, my whole life practically I
Mhm.
was dreaming of that moment and working towards that moment, and then within a matter of seconds, at 11 p.m. On February 20th, your life completely changes, and it's the most bizarre thing.
Now, when you're 14, 15, 16 years old, how normal a life do you have?
Oh, definitely not normal. There was nothing normal about it. But the great thing is I loved skating. I genuinely loved it, and have this passion and bond that I think I will have forever with the sport. And I think that helped. If I was pushed into the sport, or I genuinely just didn't love it as much as I did, I think it would have been a lot harder to give up as much of my life as I did for skating. If I, look back on those years, I they were very difficult, but I loved the sport so much that I would have, wouldn't change it for the world.
Now, how many Olympic Games did you participate in?
Well, I competed in one, and I've been to, oh goodness, I don't know, like 10 now,
Wow.
as a broadcaster and as a host, and on the other side of the arena, outside of the boards.
Now, are each one different, or is it kind of the same thing, just in a different place?
Oh my God, they're just magical, and I say this every time I go to an Olympic Games. I look at the Olympic rings, and I just get chills.
Mm.
It's magic. It never gets old, no matter how many Olympic Games I go to. And it's a special event, and you realize that these athletes all
Mm.
around the world are giving up so much of their life for these few weeks, and so much can happen. And uh, yeah, it's for you talk about figure skating or the Olympics, and I'll either cry or get goosebumps.
Now you're doing TV. Now you have a wedding show. What's that all about?
So this was it was when I got the cause, I was like, this is a bucket list item, dream job here. I've had the opportunity, and been blessed to host a lot of things now as a broadcaster, but this is something that just fits me perfectly. I love. I loved planning my own wedding. I still think about my wedding and wish I could redo it a million times over, even if it's 5 years later. And this show is just the perfect mix of so many different things. It's great for couples that are wanting to plan a wedding and getting tips and tricks. And we have Jose Rolón and Jove Meyer, who are incredible wedding planners that fill us in and give us all the inspiration of what we should be adding. But even for someone like me, who is already married, not only do I love the love of it, I mean, who doesn't love love? And you get to really just get a departure from this crazy world for a few minutes,
Mm.
and disconnect and watch these stories. But I love planning events and parties, and this gives me so many great ideas. But overall, it's just a feel good show. These are not wedding videos, these are wedding films. And that's what really blew me away when I sat down. I realized, oh my goodness, I was expecting just, what you think of a wedding video. And this is film. It's beautifully crafted together, and the show doesn't take on just traditional weddings. I mean, we really span across the board and take on all different types of weddings, and different stories, which I think make it really unique.
How do you watch it? How do you find it?
So you find it on Crackle. It's going to be premiering Thursday, October 13th on Crackle. It streams for free, also on Chicken Soup for the Soul
Mhm.
streaming services. So It's free. It's one of those shows where you just keep the Kleenex box near,
Hmm.
and you just sit back, relax, and really watch these beautiful love stories and beautiful locations.
Okay.
And it's hard to, when I talk about it, it's hard to explain, because I think most people think, oh, it's going to be a wedding video and it's traditional and it's what we think of these weddings. And I'm so thankful that this show has thought outside the box, and we cover, each episode is a different theme. We cover a fun glitzy destination wedding, but the next one is a backyard wedding, or it's couples that have struggled through COVID to get married. And, at the end of the
Awesome.
day, they think of something crazy and they're hiking up a mountain and there's a volcano erupting behind them as they're saying their vows. So it's really visually stunning and heartwarming. So it's been a really fun job.
Nice. I want to talk Johnny Weir.
Okay.
Johnny's one of your friends.
Yes.
He's a character.
Oh, yes.
The biggest thing that I see is the suitcases.
we bring a lot of suitcases.
Okay,
I know.
Now you took 21 suitcases to one Olympic Games, but then you cut back to like 17 the next games. So what did you not bring for the second time with less suitcases that you had to have the first time?
We are more experienced now. We know how to pare down what we need and what we don't need. But I think the really crazy thing is, we know each other so well that before we go, we kind of already know the colors, the looks, and all of the things that we'll need. And we just now don't bring the rest. And somehow we get there and it all magically works out.
Now you've known Johnny longer than you've been married. So what did you tell your husband about Johnny Weir?
Oh, they love it. They have such an amazing relationship. It's so cute. It's so funny. Obviously, Johnny has always been very protective over me, and was with me when I was single, and with many different relationships.
Uh-huh.
And he Todd Cap is his guy, and he's both of them are just like hilarious together. So I'm really lucky that those two guys get along so well.
All right, we wish you the best with the show and in your future endeavors. Thanks, Tara. It was good
Thank
talking to
you.
you.